Hello all, I am Shilpa Godbole. Today I am going to read the third chapter from this book, Face It, written by a dear friend of mine, Smita. Smita, this is for you. The new girls were not able to relate. The train was picking up its speed and everybody could hear the whistles blow. Everybody on the Konkan Kanya Express was flabbergasted to see the scenic beauty in the starry night. Sneha and Rimsha stood near the doors, watching the countryside passing by. Amidst all the noises, they could hear somebody playing guitar. They started looking out for the person when they finally found a group of men and women singing songs. Both Rimsha and Sneha asked if they could join them. The entire group was all eager to have them in their company. Few of the members from the gossip were part of fun committee and appeared very interesting. Samir, who had joined with Rimsha and Sneha, was also part of this group. He was a professional guitarist. Music was his passion. Rimsha and Sneha did not know about this as Samir did not broadcast it to everyone. In his orientation, Samir had mentioned to HR that he wanted to join a music group if one existed. HR then introduced him to the Funtush group. The fun committee had a lot of chaps who were incredible musicians, specialized in multitasking and technically sound folks. Sneha realized that the entire group was wearing the t-shirts with the tagline Fun, Tush, Go Seriously Low. They had designed these t-shirts for themselves. She was very impressed and complimented. Hey, those t-shirts are cool. What is this Fun, Tush? You want one? Asked Samir. Well, I don't mind, replied Sneha. Samir, who was extremely notorious, stood up and removed his t-shirt. Take this, said Samir. Sneha blushed and so did Rimsha. Yuck, please, I don't want this. Not sure if you ever washed it, said Sneha. Come on, why would I wash a new t-shirt, crazy women? By the way, Funtush is the name of our fun committee, replied Samir, aka Sam. Samir was 6 feet 1 inch tall, handsome features, pleasant countenance, and extremely agreeable. He had a little pony and a dense, well-groomed beard. He almost looked like Ritesh in Banjo movie. He slipped in his t-shirt and went for a smoke with another boy from the group. Rest of the folks continued with their singing. It was almost 2 a.m. Everybody in the team was hungry. They had few dinner boxes that they carried with them. They thought of uncapping the same. They distributed the same amongst themselves and checked with the girls if they wanted to munch. We are stuffed. Thanks for asking, said Sneha. Meanwhile, Samir returned with his friend and sat with his guitar. Hey, why don't you girls sing a song? Asked somebody. Well, no, I can't sing, replied Sneha, while looking at Rimsha. Rimsha was a little hesitant too, but Samir said, Rimsha, I know you can sing and you'll like it too. I will try, said Rimsha. Rimsha had learned classical singing from her mother, who was a graduate in music. Rimsha had mentioned about this in her introduction, which Sam recollected. Rimsha discussed a few things with Samir and said, This is one of my favorite Hindi songs. It is from the movie Parichay and based on Rag Yaman Kalyan. I hope you like it as I have not really practiced for some time now. Everybody cheered for her and she started singing Biti Na Bitai Rehna. Everybody got completely lost in her melodious and sweet voice until a mobile ring created ripples. It was Sneha's mobile. Sneha walked out of with her mobile while Rimsha continued to sing. Why are you still awake? Asked Sneha to the other person on call. Everybody assumed that it would be her boyfriend, as no other person would call at 2:45 a.m. "People, let us take up our nap, as we would be in Goa in another 4 hours of time," said one of the team leads. Almost everybody was feeling sleepy now. They applauded for Rimsha. Rimsha thanked everyone and moved to her allocated seat. Sneha returned to the seat after half an hour. Rimsha had slept by then. Sneha kept typing on her mobile and went off to sleep. The cold gust with the chirping of birds amidst the whistles of train was awe-inspiring. "Chai garam chai," bellowed the chaiwala, the person who sells tea. That waked up almost everyone. The fun committee had arranged for early morning chai and some light snacks for the entire team. It was still an hour left to reach Goa. Few of the members were in queues outside the toilets, few of them brushing and some were still sleeping. The train was about to reach Madgaon station. When all the seniors and the fun committee team members asked everyone to pack up their belongings, as it was time to get down the train. "When are the buses arriving?" asked Supriya to the Fantush team. "They'll be here soon, Supriya. Please have patience," came the reply. "What patience? It was such a pathetic journey. I could not sleep for the entire night," responded Supriya. Rest of the ladies looked at her as she was the only person snoring in the entire compartment. However, she was ignored. After 10-15 minutes, 3 posh AC buses arrived and everybody started their travel to the hotel booked for them. The stay arrangement for the entire team was made in a 5-star hotel, one of the best and the one which had private beach. "Welcome sir, welcome ma'am," greeted the staff members of hotel. They welcomed the team with colorful garlands and hats. The staff served everyone fresh coconut water as a welcome drink. Fantush allotted the rooms amongst members based on their choices. Rimsha and Sneha opted to share their rooms with the ladies from the Fantush team as they were loath to be a part of the Mahila Mandal. The hotel had allocated almost 40 cottages and around 15 double rooms. The cottages were sea-facing and had a spectacular view. The Fantush team distributed printouts of the plan for the next 2 days. Everybody committed oneself to rest as the travel had made everyone a little frenzied. They were supposed to meet for lunch, after which they had planned for some exaggerated activities. The cottage that the new girls were allocated was very close to the sea, and they could hear the waves amid all the noise while walking towards the cottage. They were allocated cottage 204. It was beautiful, simply charming. Kavita was also supposed to share the cottage with